Hello. So today I just want to talk about a small update that I've been doing. Um, I've been I have a receded hairline since high school, and I've been on finasteride and off and on topical minoxidil for I want to say about 5 to 4 years. I know finasteride I have been on for about four. Topical minoxidil I've been off and on just because I don't like how the foam is, and then the oil version of it I don't like. Got my hair all greasy and whatnot. But anyways, I also just tried this locklab thing. So I pretty much stopped taking like my normal finasteride, and now I'm taking like the locklab that has like a blend. Let me cover everything up real quick. All right, so the camera ain't gonna get it in focus. But basically, what this is 5 milligrams of minoxidil oral, which is better than topical since your uh, liver or whatever, kidneys, filter it, get into the bloodline quicker. 1.1 milligrams of finasteride and 1 milligram of biotin, so it's a 3-in-1 pill. And as you see, I do have some baby hairs. Now, this has been there since I started the minoxidil finasteride stuff originally, not the lock lab, but back then this has grown in all these baby hairs. Then on this side too, let me see if I can find it. One of these baby hairs here. My hair's so fine, but you can see it tugging on my skin. Look how you can barely see it. There we go. But yeah, it pretty much grew pretty long with some of my baby hairs have. I do not want to do a hair transplant at all. And my hairline, it's just like the corners right here, as you can see. Kind of reminds me of Jack Black. But I'm not too worried about. I just don't want it to regress even more. So, and I also had long hair too with it, so it's not bad whenever I grow out my hair. It looks normal. Even right now, it doesn't look too bad in my opinion. It doesn't look bad. But yeah, I'm just pretty much just doing this for myself and for others that are curious. I have not been derma rolling, stamping, or I do have a derma roller and an electric one. However, I don't want to use my electric one anymore, and I'm waiting for my actual derma stamp to come in. And instead of doing minoxidil, I'm gonna go ahead and do rosemary oil. And if I have better results with that per se, hold on real quick. There we go. I hate doing that sometimes, but it's kind of fun. But I'm gonna switch to rosemary oil, and then since rosemary oil is already like a natural DHT blocker, I'll probably slowly get off like the actual pills and medication instead. And just due to like the side effects, I have not experienced any of the side effects, and I don't get what's with this. Like on YouTube, there's been so many ads for like erectile dysfunctions, and now I'm seeing stuff for like people with fungus growing in their hair and beards. What the hell's going on with the millennials? Like as they gotten older, like why do they have so many issues? I'm sitting here, I'm 26. Like, how the hell are these people in these commercials that are like their 30s and all that having EDs? There's so many commercials for that. It's stupid. Like Blue Chew and all that shit that is on YouTube. It's like, really? You're that old? You're that young? You're having those issues? But that just blows my mind. But, like I said, with finasteride, there's like a 1% chance of getting like an ED, basically. And that study has been around since the 90s. So it's like 1% over X amount of people that have taken it. So, like, say, originally back in the 90s, let's pretend there's only 100. And let's say 10 out of the 100 got it, then it was 10%. But now, since we have so many people on finasteride, it is no longer 10%, it is now 1% because there is a bigger population from it. So it's like your chances of it is very, very, very slim to none, but still, I still just want to see if I can get off like the medication, if the rosemary oil will do pretty good or not. And then, same thing with minoxidil. That is just alcohol basically, and it could like mess with your liver's enzyme, I think, and kidneys. So that's another reason why I definitely want to see if the rosemary oil works better. And yeah, I think it'll be kind of cool. And if not, hopefully, it just maintains, doesn't recede as much. That's what I mainly look like. I'm hoping for regrowth, right? Obviously, but at best, I want it to be where there's no more losing hair. So yeah, this was just my short little video, just my experience with the locklab one. And the reason why I got the locklab instead of sticking with like the finasteride and topical minoxidil is just because topical minoxidil is just too tedious for me. And for most people, I think, because it oils your hair, or especially the foam. Now, if you like hairspray and want to keep your hair like slicked back or something, the foam is really good for that since it dries out the hair and like keeps it down. I actually use that whenever I have my hair this length for some occasions, just to keep it like slicked back for work or whatever. Yeah, so far I am actually impressed though that I don't know if I could contribute it to this since I've only been on this now for 3 months. 4 or 5 months now, the locklab one. But like the... Oh, let me move. Like the super long ones. I don't know if I could contribute that to locklabs or not. And also, I switched my diet too, eating more protein and eggs. Actually, I'm going to go to the store later today and pick some steaks up. But yeah, just a little info about me and my opinions, and this how this has affected me so far. So yeah, next now is going to be the rosemary oil with dermastamping. So hopefully we should see better results with that. And then if we do see excellent results with dermastamping with the rosemary oil, while I'm still taking this stuff, I'm going to slowly get off of this and see if my hair worsens, kind of thing. Now this is going to be a long test since this is going to require like 2 years total to see stuff. And like I said, I already been on this minoxidil stuff. Yeah, it had been 3 years, 4 years, and at least that's just with finasteride. I can't give it to minoxidil since I barely use the topical stuff. I used it here and there sparingly. Like, am I in the mood to get my hair like that? And then, it's just already. So yeah,